Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. Happy Friday. Welcome to yet another live stream full of mystery. We're going to revisit, just briefly, just a segment of a video I did 3 weeks ago, January the 29th. A gentleman out of Montreal, Canada, pointed out something that he noticed in this video that I too noticed, but I didn't notice it in quite the same way that he noticed it. And his name's Dominic. And we're going to come back and take a look at this unbelievably bizarre observation that he made. What's up, Ruby? The Awakened. Yeah, it's the most bizarre, quite possibly the most bizarre thing you'll see on the internet maybe today. Maybe not ever, but at least today. I got to be honest. I got this in an email from Dominic out of Montreal, and it's truly weird. That was a weird night anyway. The live stream we did back on, or I did back on January 29th, was of an event that we saw. My family saw something strange in the sky. My wife and son saw it first, and then I went outside and saw it next. What's going on, Polenta R. Forest? Star family member in the house. Polenta shared this photo with me today of a long duration jumbo halo high in the sky above Sacramento, California. Again, visible for 3 solid hours. Thank you, Polenta R. Forest. Very cool photo. In this video, we're going to take a look at, I've got right here, I got a whole card full of things. I'm going to read off what we're going to look at in this video, so be ready. I've got some really cool stuff, no joke. A video by Nelson Jenks from the International Space Station. You're going to love it. Video sent in by Allison. I've also something from the space station. You're going to love this one too. This is brand new and unlike anything I've ever seen. You're going to see video footage, 2 different videos, 2 of multiple suns in the sky. One of them I can explain. I can at least explain part of it. The second one has no explanation. It is a total mystery. You're going to see a triangle in the sky above the United Kingdom. You're going to see more lines in the sky and the atmosphere high above Earth. You're going to see an article, believe it or not, about a flat Earth article. Talks about how, and this is theoretical, but they're trying to apply some science to this theory. Since the and I was a member of the original exoplanet hunter team, but they're still working on that and a lot of these observations of exoplanets, and they're finding out that exoplanets, if they are indeed planets, are more flat when they're first developing than they are round or spherical. But yeah, I got some really weird stuff. In fact, we're going to get right to the article here that I just mentioned. It's from phys.org, article dated February 5th. Check this out, of 2024. New research finds that young planets are flattened structures rather than spherical. What? Simulated young planet as viewed from top left and from the side right. And this is what they're discovering through this exoplanet research and things like that. Astrophysicists from the University of Central Lancashire have found that planets have flattened shapes. So this is going to be very appealing to the flat Earth community. However, they do say that they obviously don't stay that way. That planets have a flattened shape like Smarties just after they form, rather than being spherical as previously thought. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. I found it interesting. I very humbly disagree. I don't think planets are planets at all. I think there's something entirely more, something entirely different. But we'll touch on that another day. Today's feature photo over here at the homepage of the website. 2 today, Polenta out of Sacramento, the jumbo halo in the daytime sky. And then a halo in the nighttime sky sent in by Brian, also out of California, La Paz, Baja California. That is a very intense jumbo halo around the moon. So we've got halos galore, and we've been seeing black halos in the daytime sky. Okay, guys, I want to revisit this video well, I'm going to spend a little bit of time on it because it's just so weird. Got an email today from Dominic out of Montreal, Canada, and here's the live stream that I did on January the 29th. What you're seeing in this still image, this is a video that I think I took, or my wife took as they were driving home. I think they took this as they were driving home. I took a different video right here of something near the moon. I'm going to share it with you here in a minute because there's something else that's been revealed in the sky in a photo that I took. And I saw it in the sky in the photo, but not to the detail that Dominic did, and he did an incredible job. But this was a weird night. Like I said, my wife and son first saw this. It was more round. I went outside to check it out myself, and I got to be honest. It was unlike anything I had ever seen. This is the video I took as I'm walking down the sidewalk at exactly 9:06. 9:07 p.m. and I'm looking to the east, and to be totally honest, I kind of had a weird feeling when I looked at this thing. I'd never seen anything like that before. It looked completely out of place. This is a video I took as I'm walking, and what I'm trying to do here, I'm walking fast, trying to get away from these lights over here across the street, because obviously, as you can see, they were interfering with my video. I wanted as little light pollution as I could possibly get. So I was walking, trying to hide behind this tree, and this was the first video that I took. But the reason I'm sharing this with you is because there's a still image from this video that was noticed by Dominic, and this is the still image right here. And I pointed out something over here on the right-hand side. I didn't take it much further than that, but you can tell that there's something over here. Do you guys see it? You see something over there to the right, and doesn't look natural, right? There's a shape there. I didn't take it any further than that. I'm like, okay, you know, it just kind of went along with the theme of the night, because the object next to the moon that actually had a dark feature on it, kind of, it just looked weird, guys. There was something behind it. Starlina out of Nebraska, or Starlina, I'm working on the pictures that you sent me. Starlina, just a couple of nights ago, also saw something near the moon. But check this out. This is going to blow your mind, man. Okay, he noticed this. Dominic from Montreal, Canada, took this a step further. Check this out. Here we go. Are you serious right now? He did some work to this photo right here, and I believe this is a photo from the video that I took of that object, whatever it was. It kind of disappeared. There was some energy behind this object that kind of turned into vapor. It was, the whole experience was just kind of weird. I did not see this off to the right because I was more focused on, this is actually the moon over here to the left. That bright object is not the sun, it's the moon. But at the 14-minute mark of the live stream that I just shared with you guys right here, actually it starts at the 38:09 mark. This, let me find it. There we go. This shows up in the video off to the right-hand side of the moon. And I remember pointing it out, but I just pointed it out as looking like some sort of a craft sitting over there in the sky, right? Looks like that, but here's what Dominic did. He said, Michael, there was a head over there. I'm looking, I'm like, okay, I'm not one to see faces in the sky. I'm not. I've never been that way. I mean, yeah, sometimes it's pretty obvious, you know, you can maybe look up and see something that resembles, but nothing like that. I was like, wow. He took this to a whole new level. He just added some color, and there it was. See the stunning similarity? Look at that. All he did was add a little bit of color. I did not do that. And that arrow, that's just part of the original. I left the arrow in there just to show you guys that is the original. That's a screen grab that Dominic shared with me, and all he did was add some color to this outline over here in the sky. That was in the sky. I took that picture. That is a very real picture. I took it myself. As I was taking the video, you know how you can, when you're doing a video, you can push that button and take pictures while you're filming a video. Well, that's what I was doing. And I didn't notice this over here to the right, not at least in this capacity. Dominic kind of, like I said, added a little bit of color to it, darkness, and that's what was revealed. It is just the weirdest thing. Honestly, it's the weirdest thing I think I've ever seen. Not necessarily entirely, but it's the weirdest thing I've seen today. And I took the picture. What? There's the original right there, and you can see it. And I remember pointing it out. We were focused over here on this object near the moon, and I saw that over there. But I didn't take it quite like that far. He just added a little bit of color, and there it was. How weird is that? Dominic, we can thank Dominic out of Montreal for sharing that with us. I would have never seen it. Thank you, Dominic. Really appreciate that. That is that's so weird. Weirdest thing I've seen today. I'm going to take you guys up to the International Space Station. You're going to see some more mysteries in the sky. But first, looking at the GOES X-ray flux. 3 yesterday in 24 hours, one being the strongest. And behind me, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, that's the SOHO LASCO C3. You can see a lot of energy right here. This is the 21st through the 23rd. See all this energy just pouring off the sun. Watch. 21 right here. Look at all the energy just pouring off the sun. You're going to be able to see it envelop the space station. So weird. But no X flares in the last 24 hours. We've seen a couple of M flares, but those are small compared to the jumbo X flares we saw yesterday. Here's looking at the Earth-facing side of the sun. There's going to be more. Absolutely. This looks like a Carrington sunspot complex. That looks like a Carrington complex. It really does. And we've got more coming. So look for solar activity to increase exponentially. Looking at the Schumann, those of you that are sensitive to the Schumann, see the big spike? I'm sure you felt it this morning. Early this morning during the overnight, just depending on where you live, but there was a big spike in the Schumann that lasted about, I don't know, maybe 2.5, 3 hours. And then a little bit of a residual here in the last 6-8 hours, but nothing super major, but that was a very strong spike 20 hours ago. So those of you that are sensitive to the Schumann, I know you felt it. You didn't even need the graph to know it. Looking at the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, got some activity, guys, or earthquake activity over here at Hebgen Lake in the last 24 hours. Mammoth Vault, it's just steady busy up there. I'm not quite sure what's going on at Mammoth Vault. Hebgen Lake, that's the location of the largest earthquake ever recorded at the Yellowstone supervolcano. There was a 7.2 magnitude earthquake back in 1959, 100 years after the Carrington event. Parker Peak seeing a little bit of activity. You know, it's a supervolcano, so I would expect some activity. This one here looks kind of strange. Look at that. That doesn't look like an earthquake. That looks like a pulse. Whenever it looks like a hive, see how it kind of looks like a hive like that? That's a pulse. I don't know. That's weird. So I want to take a closer look at it. Yeah, whenever they look like a hive, but that's not, at least my interpretation, that is not an earthquake, but maybe it is. All right, guys, here we go up to the International Space Station. We're not going to waste any time today. We're going to get right to it. Here we go. Nelson Jenks shared this video from the International Space Station. It's from a few days ago. Where I want you to pay attention to is the center. You're going to see a series of flashing lights in the center of the video, obviously, but you're going to see some objects move very quickly through the center of the video. And I believe the flashing lights that you're going to see, the bigger flashing lights, are lightning. Check it out. Here we go. Nelson Jenks, ISS. Some of the lightning was blue and purple. Very, very cool. Look right there. See them? 1, 2 super high-speed objects above the lightning, flying through the lightning, whatever the case may be. Here comes another one right there. See it? Not moving quite as fast. You're going to see more. It's not done yet. That's lightning. That is lightning in cloud tops on the dark side of the earth. There's going to be more. It's not done yet. Okay, that's more lightning over there. Here comes another one. Here comes another one. Look at that. Look, 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 look. Are you serious? Let me back it up. Look at this thing right down the middle. We'll play it again. Look at that. Where did that come from? And the question also, there went another one. And where was it going? To Antarctica? What's going on in Antarctica? There goes another one. Watch. Here comes another one. Mary Hall used to see these all the time, and she would call it the highway in the sky. They would travel. Here comes another one. 2. And there's another one right there. You could just see it briefly right there. Right there it is. See it? So in this video, there were probably 10, and they were all traveling north to south. And the common denominator in this video was Antarctica. That's where they were headed. So what's going on in Antarctica? There went one right there. I'll just play it again real quick. There were 2 in that segment. Another one right over here. That was, look at that. See it down here? Darting across the corner. When I played it at original speed, you couldn't even see it because it was moving so fast. Watch in the lower left-hand corner. What in the world is going on up there? And then this one here, going to Antarctica. That one right, that was lightning right there. That is lightning, believe it or not, in the high reaches of the atmosphere. Another one right, that was green lightning. We saw green lightning, no, kind of a light green. Saw blue lightning, purple lightning. Trying to stop it on the lightning, but, and then here comes another one right here. Headed towards Antarctica. Must have been a birthday party or something going on down there in Antarctica, right? Here comes 2 more headed towards, you guessed it right there, see? Antarctica. Good catch, Nelson. Nelson's a heck of a watchman. He doesn't miss much either when it comes to that International Space Station. Him or Mary Hall. There's a lot of people that are really on the ball with that space station, and this being one of them. Allison, who notices a lot of different things from the ISS, and she sent this to me and simply asked the question because she had never seen this. And to be quite honest with you, I haven't either, but I'm going to share it with you, and you guys decide what we're looking at here. Here's what I think. I think the ISS is being drenched in waves of energy from the recent X-class solar flares, because this occurred on February 21st. Look how weird the field of view looks. Allison out of Seven Hills, Ohio, noticed this. Like energy enveloping the space station camera. Look at those waves of what I'm assuming are some sort of energy, quite possibly waves of radiation right here. That energy right here, that's the 21st. This is on the 21st, swarming the space station. And that's what it looked like on the dark side of the Earth. That's what's interacting with the magnetic shields. That's what the Earth feels, but we could actually see it for some reason. Temporarily, the space station was probably flying through the initial, I don't know, that was probably the first, maybe the second X-class solar flare, because this again was on February 21st, and that's when the X flare started. And we've never really seen anything like this on the space station live cam. Looks like energy waves. So Allison, that's what I think those are. Were waves of energy from the 3. That was the first one, the 3 X-class solar flares. Great catch, and here they are in sequence. The first one, which is coming up, you'll see 1, 2, 3 X-class solar flares. There's number 1, and that's what I believe the space station just went through, that energy. Here's number 2, not far behind it. And then coming up is number 3, which overwhelms the camera, at least with light saturation, not necessarily a CME. There wasn't a CME, a coronal mass ejection, with any of those solar flares, which is kind of unusual to believe, to be honest. Going back up to the International Space Station, in fact, we're going to stay there. This video was sent in by Ali out of Scotland. As you can tell, he took this video on the fly. He was watching the ISS live cam on his big screen TV, probably something like that. Looks like it's even bigger. Look what he saw. Check this out. Super cool. Are you serious right now? And this is from February 13th, 2024. And he noticed that. I mean, okay, it's not the Dragon capsule. It's not the Blue Horizons capsule. I'm not quite sure what this is, and neither was he. I'm going to go in close and give you guys a real close view of this object that he spotted. This was above the North Pacific Ocean, I believe. Yeah, North Pacific Ocean. And I'll let it play. February 13th, 2024, noticed by Ali out of Scotland. And again, he took this on the fly. He just started filming the screen of his television, his flat screen TV, as this thing appeared very quickly. It was moving faster than the International Space Station, and then it cleared the entire field of view. Looks to be pretty good size. Exactly how big? I would say it's at least as big as the space station, quite possibly bigger, but again, it's difficult to tell. It's moving very fast. I don't know how far away that is. Probably, man, that's a tough call. I don't know how far away that would be. It's a pretty good ways away. But you got to keep in mind the space station's 250 miles above the Earth, and there's the Earth. So your depth perception is going to be challenging, but it's moving very fast. I can tell you that, and you can see that for yourself. And it's pretty good size, moving very quick, and it's got a very peculiar shape, as you're going to see when I take one of the better still images. And then I zoom in on it, and I do some modifications to the still images that I took. I haven't done anything to this video here except put Ali's name on it and the date. That is the original video at original speed. Done nothing to it. Now, right here, here's some adjustments. And I always let you guys know whenever I do any type of adjustments. I did do adjustments to the still image right here. Get a load of that. What is going on? I mean, what is that thing? Oh, it gets even better. It gets better. Watch. There's a better view. What in the world? I mean, again, you can't make this stuff up. There it is. Whatever it may be, right there. There you go. And again, it was moving faster than the space station, right there. If that's a satellite, that is one big, very big satellite. Because I'm going to take and that's all it is. It's just a guess that this is at least as big as the space station, if not bigger. I personally think it's bigger, but I'm going to assume it's at least as big. So it's pretty good size. It's a mystery, guys. It's a mystery. This was spotted by Ali, who had the presence of mind to grab his recording device, like everybody has the option to do these days, and he recorded this on the fly. Good job, Ali. He just straight up recorded his TV, and I have people do that from time to time, and I'm learning that watching the ISS on your flat screen TVs is quite popular. A lot of people do it. Ali, obviously, being one of them, and because you never know what you're going to see, especially these days. I've shared a couple of videos with mysterious energy. Well, one with mysterious energy, and then the one with the high speed lights that looked like they were in a race to Antarctica. And now this, so it is interesting. You never know what you're going to see on that ISS live cam, and this is just another example of more mysterious objects in the skies above planet Earth. Great job, Ali. Ali's from Scotland, and Ali does not miss much. I tell you, he's got a good eye. I'm going to take you guys now to the United Kingdom. We're going to just hop across the North Sea and go over to the UK from Actually, we're just going to go south from Scotland down to the UK. I'm thinking Ireland. But here we go. UK man, which would be south of Scotland, spots a big triangle just sitting in the nighttime sky. You ready? Here we go. Pretty cool stuff. Terrence Wright, November of 2023. Okay. The original video was like 13 seconds long. I'm going to show you the original, and then I'm going to show you like 5, I think, modified versions. And there's a light here. There's a light here. There's a light in the center, and then there's a light back here. When you connect all the lights, they make equal-sided lines, or they form equal-sided lines into a triangle. There's a triangle sitting there in the sky, and he was quite taken back by what he saw. Here we go. Here's the video.
The is that?
Okay, that was the original video right there. So here's a modified version.
The is that?
That is one unified structure in the sky. Those lights are all attached to the same thing.
The is that?
Because he's speaking in singularity. What is that? Not independent lights. He can tell that those lights are attached to something bigger. But these things, I'm telling you,
Is that?
that was pretty good size. They're designed to match the sky, the nighttime sky perfectly. They are a perfect match of black to the nighttime sky. Like I said, I've seen two over the years, and I wasn't looking for them. I'm sure Terrence wasn't looking for it either. He just stumbled upon it outside, pulled out his high definition recording device and started recording. And that's what he shared with me, and these were just modified versions. But there's an example, a good example, and you can see in this one right here, the light in the center, and that's what I saw. When I saw one, I saw it only for maybe 2 seconds tops. It had the lights on the 3 corners, and this one's sitting at an angle. That's why you can't see the one consistently down there in the bottom right-hand corner. The one in the center is primarily off right now. They phase, the energy phases on and off. And that's kind of what it's doing. You can see the one in the center. It's remaining stationary, and there's one down there. It's a classic triangle in the sky above the United Kingdom. Back on November of 2023. Great job, Terrence. Way to go. That was a good observation. Okay. The flat. Okay, guys. Here's something that's it's pretty wild. I think I can explain one. The other video, you're going to see 2 videos here. Okay, here we go. I got a lot of neat stuff in this live stream. A lot of good stuff, good observations by people from all around the world. We've been to Scotland, the International Space Station, the United Kingdom, Sacramento, now, and we're also going to go to Julie. I'm going to explain a video that you shared here in just a moment. I keep the videos up here and over here by the chat room. What's going on, guys? I'm trying to stay focused here. I got a lot of information I want to share. This is good stuff. It really is. Ramon Torres out of southeast Wichita, Kansas, and he noticed this. It's weird. On February 19th, this is sunset at 6:15 p.m. And I appreciate the details. And if you guys, moving forward, if you have something that you want to share, send it to the Dropbox. The Dropbox is over here at the homepage of the website. I want to share this while I'm thinking about it. Right here. That red box you see right there. In fact, I'm gonna share this before I forget. That says have a large video. For now, use that instead of the email. If you have pictures, if you have videos, come over here to the homepage of the website, earthwatchman.com, mrmbb333.com. Either one will take you here. Once again, earthwatchman.com, mrmbb333.com. Put your videos and photos in this Dropbox. In fact, I'll click on it. Watch. You click on that red banner. There you go. It's a Dropbox. It is so simple. It's really easy. Drag and drop your pictures and videos in there, and I'll get them. But if you have to, do like Ramon did. Just write on a piece of paper, and you don't even have to put your last name. Just your first name if you want, location, date, and time. And I'll take it from there. He did a great job. And here we go. We're going back to southeast Wichita, Kansas, right here in the center of America. And he's looking at sunset.
Okay, so you see the sun right here? Sun 1, sun 2. One sun, two suns.
What? See how far apart those are? I mean, he was very taken back by this. Okay, you got one over here that's very bright, and you got one over here that's very bright. Okay, if that were, which is way too wide to be the sun itself, and if it were, you would see the top part of the sun in lieu of these two things on the side. Those are very far apart. I don't think they're sun dogs because they're way too bright. They're way too orange. I'll finish off the video here, and I've got another one to share with you guys.
It's just so weird.
Yeah, he says it's weird. Look at that.
Sun. Two suns. Weird.
It is weird. That was a good observation out of Wichita, Kansas, southeast Wichita, Kansas. Okay, going from Wichita to Norway. Now, this one, I can explain part of it, but I can't explain all of what's going on here. This was sent in by Kim Raybon. Goes back to January 25th of 2024 out of Norway. I'll let this play, and then I'm going to explain what I think's going on here. Here we go. Okay, right here. I just want to explain something. Okay, notice the viewer is kind of up in the sky. They're overlooking. You can see the tops of buildings here, and something over here looks like a big silo. So that tells me that they are. Yeah, see the buildings here. That tells me that the viewer. There's a good view right there. Notice the buildings in the foreground. That tells me they're behind glass. Okay, so that would explain one, not four. So I'm not quite sure what we've got going on here. This was on a different day than Ramon's. Ramon's showed up on the 19th. This was on January 25th. And again, notice the viewer is up. The viewer is probably, my goodness, 500-600 feet off the ground. So that tells me they're in a building, possibly a hotel, something like that, an office building, taking a picture of either the sunrise or sunset. 4, you can see the sun over there, and we've got 4 that show up. I don't know why this does that. We're gonna fix it. Hold on, guys, just a second, please. This thing kind of has a mind of its own. There we go. Okay, so I think what's going on here is this. I've never seen footage of 4. 2 is challenging, but Ramon was outside, so he clearly saw some sort of there was something going on from Wichita. I don't know what he saw, but he was not behind glass. You could tell he was outside in a parking lot. Okay, which one of these is the reflection? There's glass in between the viewer, the sun, and what's going on over here on the horizon. There has to be. But the question is, which one of these is the reflection? You typically don't get 3 reflections like that. The sun is obviously this one right here, number 3, the one that I've got the arrow on. That's the sun as we know it. Um, what else is going on here? I'm puzzled because in a building, I've seen a video from the 125th floor of the Burj Khalifa over in Dubai, looking at sunset. All right, and on the 125th floor, taking a video through the glass, you could crystal clear see what looked like two suns, but it was a reflection from the glass. It wasn't even anywhere near four. This is quite bizarre to say the least. And I left it on this one right here at the end of the video because one of these is a reflection for sure. There's no doubt about it because they're behind glass. What are the other two things? Yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting. The only other thing, and I've experimented with this when filming the sun, I've done all kinds of different attempts of recording the sun with different types of cameras, and believe it or not, different layers of glass. And if you double stack glass on top of each other, i.e., a double pane window, you're going to get more reflections. So this could be some sort of double, maybe even a triple pane window, and it will cause this mysterious effect. I'm just saying, so I like to keep it real. I've done it myself. I've actually created a phenomenon where there were infinite suns. Obviously there weren't. There were one. I could see the one in the sky. But I double stacked and triple stacked glass, and then using optics, I was trying to learn so I could analyze photos of the sun and videos myself, and try to become a little smarter at what's going on, because light can be very tricky. That's why a lot of times I'll say photos from inside of a car, light is bouncing around inside that car off the glass because you're just surrounded by glass inside of a car. So I can't really use a photo taken from inside of a car. That's like Ramon. He got out of the car and he's walking across this parking lot right here. You can see he's outside. He's walking in a parking lot. So he's not behind any type of glass. And those two lights are too far apart. They're very bright to be the sun itself. I mean, the sun would be absolutely massive. The sun's big, but it's not that big. And not only that, if that were the case, you'd see the top of the sun where that green line was. I made that green line. The top of the sun would be up in here. I put it up there just to get it out of the trees, so you could see it. But there is definitely a bright light that, honestly, it doesn't look like a typical sundog. It's just way too bright. Could it be? I suppose so, but it's difficult to analyze behind the trees. But I will say this, even through the tree branches, that is very, very bright. Sundogs aren't typically that bright. They're more colorful, and that's what caught his attention, was the intenseness. That's very bright, and so is that one over there. So southeast Wichita, Kansas, our friend Ramon Torres. And once again, guys, if you have anything to share, use the Dropbox for now, not the email. Okay, here's another. We're going back up to the International Space Station real quick and see what I mean. This gentleman here took a video of his flat screen TV. People are watching this from home. Look what he saw when it was above Namibia. I believe this is in, Africa? There it is again. What is that thing? And this was sent in by Vince Busey from Ohio. And he was watching the space station on his flat screen TV and noticed that unusual line once again, like all spanning across the top of the atmosphere. I don't know. It's tough to explain. It's just so bizarre. So weird. But it's weird enough to where he felt compelled to grab his phone. And I left this in original format. This is the original vertical video. I've done absolutely nothing to this video. And yeah, that's the original video sent in by Vince. And it was moving above Botswana. Very cool, whatever it is. They're mysterious. I've been seeing that a lot for the last few months. Seeing it now yet again. Oh, Julie from Southern California. Julie sent me this video the other day. They had some fog over in Southern California, and she quite simply just sent this in and asked, what is this? And I'm going to play it, and I'm sure you guys, if you're from anywhere, what's up, guys? Where you ever see fog, if you have outdoor security cameras, I've seen fog, little particulates overwhelm an outdoor camera, even a phone like this, because the particles in the fog are different sizes. Some are big, some are small. I had a guy send me a video from, actually I've seen two videos out of Australia, coastal Australia, where these types of little particles were overwhelming outdoor cameras on a foggy night. So fog can create this. Julie from Southern California, if you're watching, I have seen this before and in much more dramatic fashion. I've seen so many particles it looked like it was snowing, and it was simply fog. And I can tell that there's heavy fog on this day. I believe the video was out of San Diego from a few days ago, early in the morning, or I think it was early in the morning. They had some heavy fog, and it will create that phenomenon where it almost looks like it's snowing. Sometimes those particles will be, if you're in the Midwestern United States, they'll actually be pollen. I've seen pollen overwhelm cameras as well. Here's another one of the original photos I took, guys, from that mysterious night when we saw something in the sky. Honestly, there was something going on. I'm always honest with you guys. The hair on the back of my neck, you've heard that saying, stood up when I first looked at this thing, when I first went out the garage and got on the driveway, and I looked over and I was like, wow, what is going on? And there's that feature right there that was noticed by Dominic. This is I believe a photo I took. That's photo 1. This is photo number, yeah, there it is, number 2. And I saw it over there, not during the event. This is after the object, whatever it was kind of, it just kind of, never seen anything like it. It disappeared in vapor. You could see something coming up behind it. There was something behind it, and it kind of got enveloped in vapor to where you couldn't see it. But this was over here. I noticed it in the photo after the fact. When I looked at the photo the next day, I think it was, I saw that over there in the photo. But I did not see it in this capacity here. I mean, guys, it's getting weird out there. I'm not joking. It's truly getting bizarre. Look for an increase in solar activity. If you want to check it out, the video's here. I'm not trying to push you to another video. Most of you have seen it anyway, but this is a live stream I did back on January 29th, and that's where Dominic noticed it. He noticed it in the live stream, during the live stream. He saw it, took a screen grab, added some... he just added and adjusted the lighting, and that's what came up. So good job, Dominic. Really appreciate that. Close-up view of the sun by our friend out of Portugal, Mr. Carlos Skywatcher. Sunspots today. There they are. Easily visible from the ground in Portugal. Those are definitely facing the earth, as we well know. And incredibly, the X flares did not produce one CME from the flurry of X-class solar flares. There's a good view of that sunspot complex that does very much indeed look like the Carrington complex of 1859. So that sunspot complex is far from done. Coming up, guys, 44 days and 15 hours to the great eclipse of 2024. April 8th of 2024. Here's the sky map. Here's the situation. On April 8th, 2024, there's going to be a total solar eclipse of the sun. During the total solar eclipse, Venus is going to be visible on the right-hand side of the sun at the 3 o'clock position. Jupiter is going to be visible on the left-hand side of the sun at the far 9 o'clock position. Above Jupiter, you're going to have what looks like a dragon chasing Jupiter through the daytime sky. It's going to be daytime, but daytime is going to turn to darkness. We may be able to see Mercury in the equation. So we're going to have Venus. We're going to have, obviously, the solar eclipse. Jupiter, the great comet that's already got a tail of over 5 million miles long, and it could be a very big comet. We'll have to wait and see, but the solar eclipse will look something like that. We're going to be in the path of totality somewhere. I'm waiting on day 10. Whenever we get to day 10, whatever forecast looks the most ideal, where there's not going to be any clouds, we're going to plan to go to that location, get there early, do a live stream or two from the location to make sure everything's working good, make sure the cameras are working good. And my goal is to film the dragon chasing Jupiter through the daytime sky, obviously get some footage of Venus, and then of course the total eclipse that I want to live stream. So I'm going to get there a little bit early wherever there's no clouds on April 8th of 2024. So we're just 44 days away, guys. 15 hours, 44 days and 15 hours from the great solar eclipse of 2024. Incredible. It should be an incredible event. This is the stuff that movies are made of, man. I know there'll probably be a movie made about this event. If it goes off like it could, the comet, which is going to be at perihelion, its closest approach to the sun, the sky map you're looking at right here is of this day, April 8th. This is where the planets are going to be during the eclipse, right here. This is where we're going to be, right here. Saturn over there to the right. It's not going to be visible, though. Mars is going to be a little farther to the right, not visible. Venus will be visible even before the eclipse is at totality. You're going to be able to see Venus. Be like, what? Yeah, you can see Venus, maybe Mercury. Mercury is a little smaller, and it's going to be between the Earth and the Sun. So when it's between the Earth and the Sun, the light is being reflected on the backside of Mercury from our point of view. So we're going to be looking at the darker side of Mercury. We may be able to see a little bit of Mercury, but probably not too much. Jupiter, you're going to be able to see Jupiter during totality. And then the comet also during totality. And the thing of it is, the comet could start outgassing even more, going sublime during the eclipse, because it's going to be at its close approach to the sun. So it could be very dramatic. It could be, it's going to be, there's no question in my mind, this is going to be the most photogenic, memorable eclipse of our generation. Easily. This will be the eclipse of a generation. It'll be talked about forever. Forever. So, yeah, we're going, and we're going to do a live stream from one of these locations, guys. Anywhere from Newfoundland down into southwestern Mexico. Whoever's got the best weather. And I'll tell you guys here in this path of totality, Indianapolis, Cleveland, Buffalo, Rochester, Burlington, Dallas, you guys have got the best seats in the world. But here's the thing. Everybody in North America is going to be able to see some portion of the eclipse. I'm going to bring you guys a live version from right here in the path of totality where there's zero clouds. Hopefully there's zero clouds somewhere in the path of totality. So I'm pretty sure there will be, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. I want to remind you again, please send your photos and videos right over here to the Dropbox for the time being. We're doing some reconfiguring with the email right now. So to be honest, the email is not active at the moment. We're doing some reconfiguring with software and things like that. So for the time being, the Dropbox is working, and you can send large videos into the Dropbox. I've had somebody send a video that was an hour and 25 minutes long, and no problem. So I know sometimes trying to attach videos to email can be problematic, and that's with any email. It depends on the size of the video file and everything. But in the Dropbox, drag and drop, have fun, and send in whatever you like. And I thank you in advance. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. Enjoy your weekend. We'll do this again tomorrow. I've got more things that I'm working on to share with you guys, but I definitely wanted to share the observation made by Dominic out of Montreal. I did not see that, Dominic. I saw the outline over there of something. Dominic brought it into full perspective. There it was. Thank you, Dominic, out of Montreal. That would be Dominic Nentz out of Montreal, Canada. Thank you, pal. Appreciate that. Thank you guys for spending part of your Friday with me, and we'll do it again next time. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.